It's showtime.
Good morning, everyone. Wake up. Let's head to the kitchen and see what's going on this morning.
Man, I'm just in here trying to get to work. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM. Fred, good morning.
Good morning.
Brad Curnutt making a special appearance this morning. He's going to be a little busy coming up here before long. Thank y'all for getting up with us on the most exciting show ever in the history of television with 1 week to go before the election. I think I'm just going to sleep in the rest of the week.
No, you're not.
Join me on set one this morning. Madison, we got a big day to talk about coming up on Friday. You're going to tell us all about that in a moment. Gina and Mark, y'all ain't doing nothing this week.
No, nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
Just hanging out.
He is the chairman of the Limestone County Commission and a great friend of ours. Good to have you up here this morning. Gina, as you as well. Bye, about 6 seeing y'all.
We see you a lot too.
Yeah, over on set 2 this morning, we are giving away a new Subaru this morning. It is parked outside. We got Nathan and Richard in it. Nathan is the new car salesman. There it is right there. The 100th texter to Zack.
No, I can't take that. I want to take it.
Give that call. Nathan just got up, kind of drove a few miles to get here this morning. Good morning, guys. Good to have y'all up here. And Richard's grandfather, did you say was kin to Country Boy Eddie?
Cousins. Yes.
Cousins.
How about that?
And his grandfather just passed away at 93 years old.
Wow.
And Country Boy Eddie is alive and well. Our last couple of weeks when I talked to him, he's ready to go. Anyway, thank y'all for getting up. We got a lot to talk about. These guys will play in just a moment. The first time ever, Judge Jamie. Cause Nathan told me that he likes to study a lot. So on the way over here this morning, he was listening to all kind of stuff this morning, just where he would know the answers to what's coming up in just a moment.
He has no idea what you're about to do.
Yeah, I have no clue.
With that in mind, let's get this part, because somebody told me it might be raining a little bit.
It's probably going to be raining a lot. 73 degrees out there right now. Feels quite nice. Do everything you need to this morning. Around 9 o'clock this morning, that chance of the storms and the rain, rain actually moving in is definitely going to be here. 10 o'clock for sure. And just rain throughout the day today, and lots of it. Tomorrow, well, high temperatures today of 75. Tomorrow, 84 for that high. We have 60% chance of showers. And yes, Thursday, chance of rain too. Friday, rain too. Saturday, rain too. Sunday, rain also. So just a rainy,
Next Tuesday.
That's right.
That's what everybody was thinking. Hometown Lenders, of course, brings you the weather. Keep that number, 434-5900.
Hey, y'all looking for a mortgage?
There it is right there.
Not today. In the mortgage business. Aren't we missing somebody?
Joseph. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
How about that?
He forgot.
Yeah.
Joseph Scott is
Joseph
supposed
Scott.
to be here this morning. That's where is he?
I don't know.
All right, anyway, Madison, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're accustomed to getting up this time of day and, living on the farm and everything like that.
Yeah.
Milk cows.
Yeah,
Milking cows, really?
everything like that. Keep that thought, because I'll have a question in just a little bit on there right there. Gina, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, keep it. That selfie Gloria did with your grandson the other day
Hunter.
has got to be.
Best smile ever.
Oh, it was. And thank y'all for coming to Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. It was
Thank you. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Dusty texted me at 5:11 Sunday morning and said, kind of late notice, but love to have you.
No kidding.
Yeah. And Mark's like, we're going to Lindsay Lane. I was like, okay.
Well, he mentioned me that morning. I said, well, I was with Mark yesterday afternoon. He didn't say
didn't say he was
both of them, they didn't say anything about coming up to Lindsay Lane. So,
When I texted our pastor, Tony Johnson, I said, hey, Dusty's invited us to Lindsay Lane. He said, you better represent us well.
well, you weren't even up at 5:30, were you?
Yeah,
Mark
he
probably
was.
All right, let's take time out now to go to the man who could eat a whole bucket of KFC by himself.
Yeah, that sounds
Here
good
he is.
this morning.
The main man with doing sports. Anything happening, Zack?
It's a little bit. Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by KFC, the best fried chicken in Athens and Limestone County. Before I get started, I need to thank my man, Robert Voss, for these 125th Alabama football anniversary chips. I better not eat them because they're outdated, but I'll just keep the bag around. So thanks, Robert. I appreciate it, buddy. I won't eat it. Auburn, congratulations to them. They earned the number 2 seed. They'll be playing in Raleigh, North Carolina Regional, and they will face Northeastern in their first games. Alabama, of course, they didn't make it. They had a bad season. Congratulations to Golden State and Cleveland. They will be playing each other in the finals. Golden State got their ticket in last night by beating Houston, coming back to win. And LeBron, you have to say this guy could be the greatest of all time. I mean, he just puts teams on his back that don't have any other good players on it. He scored 35 the other night to beat my Boston Celtics, put them in. Congratulations to new head coach Oscar Bonds at Tanner. He's originally from Russellville and played at Jacksonville State, and he's been at Piedmont. And also, Clements hired new coach Michael Parker. He is coming to Clements. So all the head, coaching jobs in Limestone County have been filled now. So unless anything else happens. So, Jane, that's about all I got today. So back to you.
Did you also see where Alabama men's golf made the final?
Yeah, they're in the fight. Yeah, forget Lee Hodges.
Lee Hodges.
Very own Lee Hodges,
Match play.
grad, Cambridge, made a 10-foot clutch birdie putt on next to the last hole that pretty much sealed the deal from Alabama.
All right.
Yep, they're
Thank
in
you for
Stillwater,
that, Mark.
Oklahoma.
I appreciate
So where
it.
are they playing next?
They're in the national championships.
Oh,
down to
They're in the
final eight.
championships right now.
And they're in match plays. It starts today, so it's Stillwater, Oklahoma. So Lee, he's the #1 golfer for Alabama, so he made a clutch.
I reckon he'll ever make it as a golfer.
He is.
He's going on
actually got
tour.
an agent. He's starting on the Canadian tour next
That's
week.
wonderful.
Yep, he
Wow,
leaves
I didn't
Sunday.
know.
Who did he hire, his dad?
No.
Jeff's up there with him because we
Yeah,
watched
Jeff's
him on the
there.
Golf Channel last night. And they showed
I seen
when
him.
he made the putt. And Jeff was right there on the green.
You
line.
think by
So
any
is his
chance
mom.
I could
That's
get him to
awesome.
wear a Gloria for License Commissioner shirt?
Right after this weekend, after the next couple of days, you probably have to pay him because that's what they do.
Maybe he could wear a ZTV shirt. Or something like that. You know how them golfers do things.
Yeah, but they're gonna be like you. Everything's gonna cost you.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. All right, first of all, let's talk about some photographs from where we had an exciting kind of weekend. Brad, you can appreciate, Fred, excuse me, some of the stuff we went. What's my first photo? I didn't see none of y'all with boats out on down at Bay Hill over the weekend, but no, there's our girl, Amy.
I think that's Tina in there.
Yeah, the glorious. See, guys, we get out places. We get out places. That thing was all
Hey,
over.
it
Was
didn't
Fort Mallard,
rain.
too, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, the weather forecast for this weekend, and y'all probably had a super weekend, Memorial Day, but
It wasn't as bad as they
but y'all probably got out there early last night, didn't you?
Well, we like it rainy in the car business.
Yeah.
Because everybody who shows up is serious about it.
Yeah, I've always heard that. But anyway, Memorial Day weekend, it didn't rain. Everybody was out and about. So anyway, all right, what else we got? What's next?
I don't know. Let's see.
This right here. Hold that up there. I got to tell you.
That's perfect for you,
We
James.
left Deputy Dawes' house, bought some more steaks then that way, had to have them in there. I pull out, I see these two dudes sitting on the porch. And I said, well, they probably either smoking a joint or drinking whiskey. Kidding. Pull in, the guy says, hey, Jamie, always a good sign. Look over to my left, they've got three jackasses, each one with a
Donkeys.
strap tied to a different vehicle
They sure did.
in their front yard. True story.
Yep.
That's a country road.
That's a country road
Hey.
story for sure.
That's a Gloria voter.
Yes, he was.
That's a Gloria
He
voter.
is.
And a Mark Yarbrough right there. Well, what's next?
Good guy, good people.
Yeah. All right, yesterday we were all
Look at
down
that
that way.
full
Had a
house.
good crowd too. Jerry Crabtree did an awesome job for the start.
That's one of our biggest crowds
That
we've had in
was.
years.
Really?
Yeah. it
Well,
really
thank
was.
you for allowing us them to use your facility
Oh,
yesterday.
that's
But that was
wonderful.
what really. Okay, go back to the crowd, Brad, if you don't mind. I go outside to shoot the 21 gun salute. Every time they fired those guns, I just jumped. You've seen it in the video. It just said, all that's up on YouTube.
Facebook.
Facebook. All right, what's next?
Master of
That's Gloria in the
Ceremonies.
middle.
Jerry and Danny Crawford.
Danny Crawford.
What else?
All right, what else we got? And
Had to get
Yes,
Helen.
it is.
Had to get Helen moved.
Between two good-looking blondes.
look at that pretty little blonde on the end. Gotta give a shout out to Helen Ruth. All right, what's next?
One more.
All right.
Thankful for our veterans, for sure.
It was a big tour. So that was a huge turnout.
That's the largest we've had in the last 4 or 5 years, really was.
You know what I was stunned about? How many, when they did the roll call of the deceased, there sure were so many.
One of my best friends, Wayne Hovis, Wayne's his dad, he passed away, so he was on the roll call.
I'm sitting there next to the guy that we're talking about, and that roll call, that many veterans died from Limestone County alone
In one
last
year?
year?
Not last year, some was last year, but
This was
over a time.
over a
Yeah.
time?
Okay, I was thinking, I
Okay,
said,
not
well,
just 1 year.
man, this is a bunch of people be passing away. But
Yeah.
you got to realize,
Yeah.
those, my dad was in Korean War and World War
Well,
II,
a
so
lot
that
of
would
that-
make them in their 80s, late 80s and 90s.
But
Yeah.
no, I mean, that was, I think, the last year.
It was.
I think it was, yeah. I think they
I
advertised
know,
that,
it's,
yeah.
we're losing so many.
What they got
Did
to
you
do?
notice,
From May 2017
Mayor and I
to
was
18.
talking to Jamie, there wasn't, just to show you how the world's changing, there was not one female, but as, you know,
Right.
since there's so many females in our armed forces now,
Yeah,
that'll start being,
that'll change.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come right back. We'll play. Nathan has been studying all night. He is
Ooh, he's ready.
to go. We'll play Judge Jamie when we come back. Y'all hang on.
You're saying what?
Ooh, you got a lot of news articles.
Dang right I do. Hey, hold it. There we go. Now it's time to play Judge Jamie, man. I feel like Secretariat coming out. I'm ready. I feel like Molly. I'm ready to come out here. One love here. Can you hear me now?
No.
If you can't, you call Zeke. He's got 6 locations across North Alabama. If you know somebody that does have a problem hearing, Todd DeBod, you give him a call. And we're live on Facebook to our multi-million viewers out
Oh,
there.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Every one of them wants to buy a Subaru.
Okay.
Sounds like smart.
That's smart. All right, here's the way this goes, boys. This is the wrong answer. This is the right answer. No electronic devices can be used during the play of Judge Jamie, and you can win a thing of Bama sausages. Come to my hometown of New Hope.
how old are
Need
those
lunch
sausages?
today.
Really?
These sausages are probably 4 or 5
They're
years old.
Are they
So
expired?
If you win and you want to eat them, Fred, I'd recommend you eat them today.
I wouldn't do
And
that.
Joseph, it's always glad to have you coming into the studio.
Yeah, we're glad to see you.
Thank you. All right, if you know the answer, now, anybody who's in the political business will know the answer to this next question. Decatur Daily had an article in here that says there are lots of signs on Point Mallard Parkway in a stretch of Alabama 67 in Morgan County. The state doesn't advise you to put signs up like that because it's illegal. Here's the question for y'all. Y'all have put out thousands of these. What is the penalty for putting up a sign in an illegal place?
I don't know. I
Is there
don't
one?
do.
$1,000.
Oh, Brad knows.
Yeah, just yell at it,
Hey,
Fred.
number
Brad's
6.
got it.
Brad got it.
Fred's got it.
You lose your sign, it goes in the trash.
That's right and
answer.
wrong, but there is no penalty for that. If you're lucky, they'll have your signs down at the place, whoever picked them up, and you can go pick them up. I think Jason Black is holding several of ours hostage as we speak.
He takes them off.
I think he
there
has,
on the
he's found
right of way.
two. And you have to tell everybody, don't put them there. Some
Here's
people will
the
do it anyway.
next
Yep.
question. How many people, and Huntsville is growing, will be the fastest, be the biggest city, bigger than Huntsville, coming up in 2 to 3 years. Huntsville will be
The
the largest city in the state. How many people did they add in the last year?
35,000.
No, it's about,
No.
It'd be big as Texas, New York, if you added that many.
I think it's about 3,500 or something.
I'll let you have it. Yeah, 20. That's almost 3,000 people. So Tuscaloosa is
We
next.
added 1,400.
Yeah, we added how many?
1,400.
There you go.
1,400.
Be a lot more coming too.
Second place city was Tuscaloosa. Okay, here we go. How much money tourism, when people came in to tour a Frank Williams dealership, it's found listed as one of the top tourism places in North Alabama for sure. How many travelers visited the state last year? All-time high.
100,000.
He said 100.
26 million.
Oh, my goodness.
How much did they spend on tourism last year?
100 million.
$14.3 billion.
Billion. Woo!
Wow.
And y'all right there in the middle of it. You'll know the answer to this one.
No pressure.
No pressure. What groundbreaking city celebration will take place June 9th at 5 p.m.?
That's right across the street from us, isn't it?
Baseball stadium in
It
town
is.
Madison
Yes.
is coming up. The stadium will be completed in 2019. The first baseball there will be in 2020.
Me and Todd's gonna try out for the broadcast team.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. We're gonna.
I can help you with that. What is the newest thing that's going in down in Spanish Fort, Alabama? You were just down there, Richard.
Spanish Fort.
What are they doing down there to kind of revitalize the
They're getting
city?
a Waffle House.
No.
I want to put a bridge down there somewhere.
They're putting in Container City, basically, where businesses operate out of a ship container.
Got
With
one
that in
of those
mind,
stores.
know-it-alls, how many containers pass through the Port of Mobile each year?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, 2 million.
182,000.
Well, I didn't know.
Seven. Well, you know, I didn't think you got this
Yeah.
money. This morning studied container laws. 17 million are used around the world. All right. A lady in Alabama makes, I'll have to skip the next one. I've done it for it. Does soap now. It's called Maize Soap, M-A-E. Y'all may use it every day. What is her newest creation that she does maize soap from?
I don't know. Who is she?
Corn.
There's plenty of it growing over near your way.
Kudzu?
Kudzu would be the right answer. Kudzu soap. And she also does okra and honeysuckle soap. All right, so you can
Okra?
get all of that right there.
Honeysuckle, maybe.
Okra?
But okra soap?
Okra soap. You never heard of that?
Never.
No.
You bathe in that often?
If I bathe it all? Alabama. This is an AL.com. Now, nobody in here is a craft beer drinker, Joseph Scott.
No.
How many barrels of craft beer was produced last year in the state of Alabama?
Probably a ton.
25,000.
25,000, that's a good answer, but wrong. 62,738.
That's a lot of bad.
Yeah.
Producing $616 million impact on the state economy.
Goodness.
Yeah, okay. Here, I know y'all know this one. Fred, this is right up your alley. Andre the Giant passed away back in the 90s. How tall was Andre the Giant?
7'6".
Yeah, he's about 7'4",
I'd say
I think.
7'2".
Double earned. It says here, Andre will forever be remembered as his listed height of 7'4", but he actually
Mark
measured.
said that. Oh, okay.
That's why. But he actually measured 6'9" (3/4" according to
Oh, he was taller than
wrestling
that.
historian.
They are like that.
Wait a
That's,
minute.
He shrunk.
How
He
would
was
you
taller than
expect us to
6'9".
know if they all said all them years he was 7'4"?
They lied.
Andre was a
People are
giant.
telling us
6'9"'s not a
Hey,
guy.
shut up. Here's
How
a
do you
real
know who to
question.
begin?
Here's a real question.
Take control.
How many beers was Andre the Giant known to and confirmed by Hulk Hogan in one setting?
He never lied.
100.
Never lied.
Ric Flair said 100.
100 beers is the right answer.
Ric Flair said they were out one night and he
I
did
ain't
that.
one.
Huh?
How do you even do
Probably Ric Flair had his
I had
many
some
too.
straws. I don't know what happened. McDonald's is doing away with plastic straws. Y'all hear about that? It's in USA Today. Yep, doing away with plastic straws.
Paper straw.
They're doing away
Paper
with it.
straws?
How many single-use plastic straws are used and thrown away in the U.S. every day?
Oh,
Millions.
10, 100,000.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Zach?
100,000.
gotta be a billion.
10 million. Billion.
500 million single-use plastic straws.
A day?
Equals 1.6 straws per day for a person. All right.
That's a lot of straws, Brad.
It is.
Nathan, Richard, Fred, that was the easy questions. That was part one of this. Now we move a little quickly on the rest of them here. A little more stuff here. Alan Dean died over the weekend.
Astronaut.
You're in Elbow, you know. Who was he?
He's in.
He was astronaut. What's his claim? What's his claim to fame? Joseph is a chemist. He turned urine into water at his regular job. He's drinking some now.
That's why we don't drink any water at his place.
He was the last man to walk on the moon.
He was the fourth man to ever walk on the moon, spent 69 days in space, and he had 5,500 flying hours of space time. All right, I just want to update
We
you on
learned
a little
something.
history. All right,
Thank you.
let me get over here to a couple. Why is two Florida people are suing McDonald's for what?
You have to go in and hit the buttons now instead of
They
actually talking
have
to
filed a
somebody.
class action lawsuit.
Zach can't stand it.
That irritates me, bud.
They,
Throw away too many plastic straws?
No, that's a good answer.
That's right, Ed.
Because they put unwanted cheese on their quarter pounder, and they're saying they have to pay extra for that when they didn't order it.
Oh, that's...
So they have sued them for $5 million.
Oh, yeah,
You
because
can
that's
sue
what
anybody for
damages.
anything.
That's a lot of cheese.
You're exactly right, Zach.
Speaking of food, a man just set the Guinness Book of Record in his Denver backyard over the weekend. 23-year-old. For what?
No telling what.
Now, what was that?
Stacking waffles.
Well,
But
we
here's
would
the deal.
all guess that.
He used 50 something of waffle mix, 50 pounds of waffle mix, 2 waffle irons. But here's the deal. It was 67 centimeters high, where the previous record was 50, pay attention, Madison, centimeters. How much does that equate to in inches? I looked it up, so I know.
36.
Wrong.
55.
Do y'all not have to equate centimeters to inches in the car business?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I could, but I...
26.3 inches.
Well, Mark was close.
26.
Thank you. You bet.
So we get to
Thanks, Zach.
So I've saved the last question, the hardest question
I think I'm leading
for
on
last.
I'm thinking you
Being
are.
sausage.
If you get this one, you earned it. What is the next biggest thing right now that tastes just like cow's milk, and it is a superfood, being a superfood?
I know, it's gross. First thing he showed me this morning.
I am going to drink some of it here.
What does it taste?
What
What
is
does it taste like?
Tastes like cow's milk. It's the super. It's got every amino acid you need.
Roach milk?
Roach.
Roach milk is the right answer. What'd you do? Read it on the side of this?
Of course I did. I didn't know there was such a thing as roach milk.
There is
Mark
roach
wins.
milk.
Roach.
How many roaches does it take to get 100? How many?
Oh,
This is
those
a
are
true
the
story,
nastiest
guys.
I have
things.
tiny hands to get that much milk.
Hey, Mark won today. Let him try it out and see what it tastes like.
How many cockroaches does it? Oh, wait a minute. Let's watch this. All right. This is.
That's gross,
All right,
Jamie.
well, now watch this. This
Oh, I've seen
this
this.
is one of my most famous stunts. This is the early 90s.
That's gross.
Here we go. Proudly roach
Yeah.
milk. Now watch. Careful. Watch.
Jamie, that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How many roaches have to be milked with tiny hands?
How did you get him again, Glory?
I have no idea.
You just,
I guess I won
How
a
many
lottery
roaches?
too.
Madison, I need you to pay attention to me. How many roaches have to be milked with tiny hands, according to
I
think
Nathan,
hundreds.
to get
Disgusting,
100 grams like that of
100.
milk?
100.
300.
Wrong. 1,000. Actually, there's a certain roast, the Dilopter punchatata.
Say his name again, Jeremy.
where do you find this stuff at?
This is the name of
Daily
the
Mail.
roaches that have to be milked.
So where are they going to?
You're-
Don't think that. Where are they going to be doing this?
We're going to let Mark win today.
Yeah,
That's a
Mark
good sign
won.
going into the election. You win. I'm going to give you the rest of the roast milk.
I'll pass. Thank you.
We'll take a break and be right back. That's some good
Jamie,
stuff.
that is
I got a milk
disgusting.
station. Y'all, hang on.
And welcome back this morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. There's rain in it, 73 degrees out there. No rain just yet. Around 9, 10 o'clock today, that jumps up to about 40% chance, so that could be when it starts. And we have a lot of rain on the way. In fact, rain today, tomorrow, the next
don't think
several
it's gonna rain
days.
at all.
High temperatures today of 75. and 84 for tomorrow. So sticking in the 80s, 93 over the weekend. Just enjoy. 434-5900 is that number to call if you're thinking about refinancing or building and need a loan. They have a great construction loan that they can talk to you about too, which is wonderful for the builders. So we'll tell you more of that coming up soon.
All right, Mark and Gina Yarbrough up here. Mark is the chairman of the Limestone County Commission. Man, y'all had a fantastic 4 years.
Yeah, we've had a really good
Worked hard.
4
Wait,
years.
what are you most proud of in the 4 years that you've been chairman?
Well, it's several things. I'm proud that, the budget that I inherited was $2.4 million in the hole.
Right.
And they said, here it is. You $2.4 million in the hole. We balanced our budget. We're operating in the black again. So we're making,
Wow.
Is it
not
hard to
making
get
money.
that across to people as you travel across this great county that some of the stuff that you've done that wasn't done in the past?
Well, a lot of people hear what they want to hear, and then a lot of people, every politician's got their thing, like, I'm going to balance the budget. Well, it's already balanced, so if that's what you're running for, ain't no need running. It's taken care of. Or, I'm going to reduce the county debt. The only debt the county has is on the courthouse and the jail, and that was done before I got in office. And the only way to reduce it is to make your mortgage payments, which we're making, and we're reducing that debt $600,000 a
Do
year.
you think most voters, do they actually, or do they more look at something that maybe they didn't go their way, and they're not looking at all the positive things that you did in the 4 years you've been there?
Well, you don't ever know. Some people stay really well informed on issues and stuff like that right there, and some don't. Some just show up and vote for somebody want to come up and vote in Gloria's race, and while they're there, they'll vote in my race and don't really care one way or the other, and vice versa. You never know. You just do the best
That's a
job
big
you
position
can.
too, need to know.
People talk about transparency, but nobody ever does anything about it. Now, when I went into office, we started live streaming our commission
Right.
meetings. You can watch every one of them. They're archived, put up
And
on
you
our
were advised
website.
not to do that.
I was advised not to do that, and we did it. So, it's kind of what you can. The thing I'm most proud of, Jamie, is I did everything I promised people I'd do 4 years. I'm not going to have a commercial or come on here and say and tell everybody, I'm going to do this, I'll do that, I'll promise this, I'll promise that if I can't deliver. I'm just not going to do that. And a lot of people will, and I'm not going to do that. We promised more higher paying jobs, brought 7,000 of them. More transparency, we live streamed the commission. Fiscal responsibility, we fixed our budget. Our budget's balanced and we're growing moving forward. So everything that I had promised we've done, and we hope to continue that way. It'd be see what the people do next Tuesday.
Well, Miss Chairman Gina, are you just kind of taking this week off, or?
Oh, no, I'm working a full-time job and leaving work and campaigning till 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
You ought to be an expert at this because you've done it before.
I don't know about an expert, but I do know a little bit about it.
So what do y'all do in a week, because election is a week from today? What happens when you're running a campaign to get you reelected? You are the incumbent. To be reelected, anything big different from the last time?
No, I don't think there's anything different. It's just getting out and meeting the people and talking to people. And we've met so many people in Limestone County, even this time. We've met so many great supporters. And, I encourage everybody to get to know your candidate.
Oh, definitely.
Talk to them if you haven't, see what they've done, what they want to do, and qualifications, yeah.
That seems to be a big thing,
It's a popular
qualifications
word.
to be
It's important.
to be a candidate.
It's important.
I run my own business for 29 years, and it was a multi-million-dollar business. So, and that's what county government is. So I've had a lot of experience, and I think if you'll take and look at what we've accomplished, what we've done from a fiscal responsibility, cutting wasteful spending, bringing jobs, I think it. Like I said, I'll stand on my record. What you see is what you get. If you want to continue moving Limestone County forward, make us what, the crown jewel of the Southeast, not only Alabama, but the Southeast, and please vote for me. If not.
What's the worst thing in your mind that could happen to Limestone County, the progress they're making right now?
Well, we're at one of the most pivotal points in history of Limestone County. And when you say we've balanced the budget, but it is a precarious deal. we can't go back to where we were.
We
We
can't afford
can't
to go
go back to
backwards.
saying we had $12 million in reserves, now we've spent 7 on that on just whatever. It's a precarious balance, and there's decisions to be made the next 18 months to 3 years that'll impact this county and this community for the next 30 years.
Are some people, residents of this great county, Limestone County, kind of not, maybe I guess the way I'm going to put this, they're just kind of don't want to see us move forward?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm born here, raised here. Part of that I understand. I wish we could keep a lot of our rural stuff. You know, a lot of people tell me, say, well, you, Omar, businessman, city guy and all. I grew up on a cattle farm. Now, you talking about, I've pulled calves, I've hauled hay, I did that my entire life. I'm an old country boy. But, and a lot of that.
Explaining pulling calves. I did. Sorry.
Well, I have done that a lot, and a lot of people I think like cattle know what I'm talking about. But, you know, a lot of that I understand too, but Jamie, the only constant in the world is change.
Right.
And you can embrace it and adapt to it and prosper for it, or it'll chew you up and spit you out. And you can't, once you stop growing, you start dying.
You know,
What?
I've heard things, you know, talking about farmers and they don't want to see the farmland go.
Yeah.
Well, then they don't need to sell it because you can't force them to sell it.
Well, you know, that's like, you know, the thing about people get mad. I have people come out. I live in a subdivision in East Limestone. It's Huntsville going to annex it. There's been 100 acres annexed since I've been in office. That's where that Bocar plant is. The gentleman that owns that lives in either Indiana or Illinois. He had 100 acres. He could, 29 acres was the wetlands. So he could either have it farmed and make $3,000 a year, or he could sell it for $2.5 million.
Yeah. What are you going ding, ding, ding?
Exactly.
Right
Well,
answer.
he sold it for $2.5 million.
All right.
And you can't
Gina,
blame them.
We'll wrap this up. Why should people vote to re-elect Mark Yarbrough? And you can answer that too after she does, as chairman of the Limestone County Commission.
Well, Mark loves our county. He loves our people in our county. He has a big heart. You know, he wants us to grow. He wants us to prosper. And everybody just needs to get out and vote June the 5th and vote Mark Yarbrough.
Well, that's about all we can say. Everybody's going to be. Mark, what you got to say?
Well, you know, just touch back on one thing. Another thing I'm really proud of, and Gina's did it, Michelle's did it. We wanted to start a Relay for Life team, County for a Cure. We raised over
Almost 80,000.
Whoa.
for that, and that's something, you know, so we've done a lot of quality of life issues and stuff too, so.
Well, appreciate what you've done for this
Hey,
county.
thank
Go
you.
ahead.
No,
Everybody-
I really would appreciate everyone's consideration, support, and vote on Tuesday, June 5th, in the Republican primary.
And the Republican primary coming up. We'll be talking more about that as we go through the week. Thank y'all for coming up. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
our friends.
Thank you.
And we'll come back just a second. Fred, you still here?
Yes.
Got a big thing coming up this week with Madison too. Y'all hang on. All right, Brad, good to have you up here, man. You know what it's like to run an election.
Thank you.
You
and
did
yes,
an
very,
awesome job.
very exhausting.
Did Madison help you any during the election?
She did. She was very good. She could get out and door to door and help me with getting some of her friends out to help us door to door. So worked out real good.
He's not adding. I was his helper with the lawn mowing.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
That
was
is
his
right.
right-hand man.
Yeah, well,
it is
he
right.
used to come up here, you know, he'd be getting ready to cut some grass. He'd just walk right in.
I was still in bed.
All right,
but-
let's talk about what you've got going on
Okay.
Friday first.
Bingo.
All right.
Yes. I work for Limestone County Council on Aging,
Yes.
and we are doing our first ever countywide bingo tournament. And we're calling it countywide because people here, they don't realize that we have 7 different centers in the county. So whether you live in Limestone County or Athens City, no matter what part, and you're 60 or older than you are 60,
60.
Notice I didn't say senior. But anyways, it's just going to be a day full of fun, bingo, prizes. We're going to have a free lunch. It's going to be hamburgers and hot dogs. It'll be like a sack lunch. So just get out and come, or invite your grandparents or
It's gonna be a
parents,
lot of fun.
whoever.
They're gonna enjoy that.
Yes, we're excited. We have, like, Hobbs has donated some earrings. Osborne has done a gift card. So
there's going to be some great prizes.
Yes, there was a dental office that donated like a gift set.
Right.
And it's really hard for seniors to get insurance, so they're doing an entire exam, x-ray, and cleaning, all for free.
Okay.
So we have things like that. It goes from like $250 all the way down to like $5 prizes. So, and it's free,
Great
free to
prizes.
play.
What time does it start?
10 to 2.
Okay, 10 to
Yes.
2.
June 1st.
June 1st. And anyone,
Yes.
do they have to let you know they're coming or just show up?
It'd be great if you could let us know that you're coming, but if not, then just come. We're going to have a couple of giveaways too throughout the day, and you will have to be present to win. So,
Lunch provided?
yes, lunch will be provided.
Who's doing the buns?
All right.
Gloria, yes, Gloria is doing the buns.
You're actually going to have
Yes.
hot dogs, and you're going to have sponsors for each one. No,
There
they
you
do
go.
not. You're so
Each
silly.
bun will have a sticker. All right.
He's so silly. Well, Brad, this is almost time for you to get crazy at work, isn't it?
Yeah, it's winding down. This Thursday, May 31st, is the last day to cast your absentee ballot or to request one. Certainly, but if you was going to do it by mail, it's probably getting too late to do that. It just never will make it back through the mail. It would be that you would probably have to come in
Now,
and
people
vote.
just come up to your office, and it takes about 10 minutes to do the whole process?
Yeah, 8 to 10 minutes
Okay.
at the most, and unless we get a lot of people and there may be a
Right.
line or something, but yeah, they need to come in and do that. You know, I got two questions that's kind of come up that I might want to hit with you to talk about. On back of the application, if you still have your application at home, some people ask about the question on the back that says, I am a member of the blank party, whether it be Democrat or Republican. And people ask, if I don't fill that out, does that make my vote bad? No, it does not. And you don't have to actually answer that. It's on there. But if you don't answer that question, it will not like invalidate your vote or anything. That's one question that I've been getting a lot here lately, it seems like. And then the other question is, or situation that's kind of going on, if you have your ballot at home and you're filling it out, on the back of your affidavit envelope, you have a spot for 2 witnesses or a notary. Make sure that you get it witnessed by 2 people or notarized so your vote will count. Because if you don't vote with me and I don't sign off on it, then you have to have that notary or 2 witnesses. And if you don't have that, you've just voted for nothing. It won't count. It won't count. Make sure you do that.
Right.
Friday will be what we call an emergency vote day. If you had a business emergency, maybe something came up that you didn't know about, your company called and said you got to leave or whatever, that or a medical emergency. And on medical emergency, your doctor actually has to sign a form saying that you had a medical emergency.
Okay.
So
what does that mean, Friday? Does that mean?
they call that emergency voting.
Okay. So if Friday you weren't able to get it in, they just contact you to let you know that there was an emergency.
And they would come and vote with me if they have that, but they have to qualify for business or medical emergency
emergencies.
only.
So in other words, everyone get out. If you're going to do your absentee ballot, do it before
Thursday. Yes,
Thursday, the
Thursday is
31st.
it. Thursday at
Okay.
4:30.
All right. Do you have have you had a lot of absentees?
Actually, I'm a little over 200 right now. I went back and looked at the 2014 election and, just trying to look back at past numbers. And I could see in 2014 that there were 270 absentee ballots cast.
Okay.
And the total for looking at the whole county, it ended up being like a 23% turnout for the election.
Really? Okay.
So a lot of times they say you can use absentee to gauge an election or
Right.
something. So we're really kind of right on track for what we had done 4 years ago, and that was 23%.
Okay.
So who
Get
knows?
out and vote,
Yeah, it
folks.
seems
We
like
need to get out and vote.
lower
It
turnout. So
does.
people need to get out and cast their vote for
Especially
who they
with so
want to
many
vote
on the
for.
ballot this year, they do need to get out and vote. Express
Yeah.
that right. Well, thank you both for being with us.
Thank you for
Enjoy
being
spending
here.
the day with you
Yes.
coming up soon.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back, and we'll go check out that Subaru outside. We'll be right back.
Okay, Jamie, we're going to beat the weather here, and we're going to feature this. And speaking of weather, this is kind of an all-weather vehicle. So, Nathan, what did you bring for us today?
Brought a Subaru Forester. It's probably our mid-size SUV. It's not going to be as large as some of them out there. Same class as, say, your Ford Fiestas, RAV4s, Honda CR-Vs, but our car tends to stand out a little bit more. So.
And this one's kind of special. You were telling me you've added some things to this one, but yeah, tell the viewers a little bit about it first.
All right, so on this particular vehicle, we've added what we call our off-road package. We beefed up the tires a little bit, so if you want to cut through the mud, it can handle it. Now, that being said, I did have a customer just a few weeks ago bring in pictures. He said, it's like, I got to show you this. They went duck hunting out in the swamp, right? They got their full-size pickup stuck, so he calls his wife to come out there in her brand new Forester that she had only owned for a couple of months with a tow rope. Drove across the same muddy roads, the same swamp, the same just hazardous conditions, hooked up the tow rope, and then pulled out their full-size truck. So
now those truck guys, they don't want to hear that, but hey, it's a fact. It's a fact, you know. So now also there were some things about this one that kind of set it apart engine-wise and engine bay-wise.
correct. We'll let Richard open this up for us. Subaru loves their stars, so this is how you get it open. You just pop underneath there. Now, our engine's a little different than everybody else's. This one has a 2.5 liter 170 horsepower engine, but it's called a flat 4. So you have 4 cylinders, but the pistons go side to side instead of up and down, in line, or in a V. Now what this does is it sets that engine lower and further back in the engine compartment. It gives you a better center of gravity when you're going around corners. It also increases your sight line out of the front of the vehicle. Now, they used a lot of logic and common sense when they designed this engine bay. If you look over here to the right, your oil filter's right on top. So if you like to do your own maintenance, that's easy to get to. Your battery's right up front, easy to get to. Your lights, you can actually put your hands on every single light bulb back or fixture back here. So if you need to do your own maintenance, you can do that. Your air filter is right here, fed from the front and on top. Now that might not sound like much, but I had a gentleman come in with a off-road vehicle that had a snorkel on it. He was talking about how he put the snorkel not to go through lakes and rivers, but because they had their air intake for their engine fed from the wheel well. That's where you're kicking up all your dust and dirt and debris, so he put a snorkel on it just so he could get clean air. Our alternator's on top, so if you're going through those muddy conditions, you're not getting that wet and shorting that out. So, and it's a chain-driven engine, so you're not having to replace a timing belt every 100,000 miles.
That makes a lot of sense. And who else did you bring over here? Richard, we were talking in the break about the safety features on these Subarus, and they definitely are a notch above.
Yes, they absolutely are. One thing I'd like to show you here on this back door, we've got a bar here that goes all the way through the door, and it locks into the frame. So in order for this door to move into the passenger compartment, you'd actually have to break the frame on the car in an impact.
Wow. So that's a side impact feature.
Yes, and it has side curtain airbags. Basically, the passenger compartment, it works like a cage around you. So the car is going to crumple, but the passenger compartment is going to stay safe.
That is a nice feature. And he was talking about all the leg room. I know Nathan was like 6'5", and he had the seat all the way back and was able to then go into the back seat and fit. Now that's incredible. Look at that, Jamie. I mean, you don't see that every day in a vehicle. And you said this one included the package. This one also included the roof rack for hauling your gear.
You can get up to 150 pounds of gear on there. It comes with a net to hold it in. You know, it gives you a little more space on the inside if you're going somewhere.
That's awesome. Well, this is a good-looking vehicle, and so tell the viewers where they need to go to find these vehicles and to talk about buying one from you.
Absolutely. Come down to Landers McClarty Subaru in Huntsville. My name is Richard. I'll be glad to help you out. I'll send you home in one today.
There you go. And Nathan, you like these so much. This is your daily vehicle. You drive one.
It's actually how I got the job. I've owned 7 Subarus, about 5 before I ever started working for Frank. I would go to the lot, be walking the lot. Customers would think I was a salesperson, start asking me about my car, and then they eventually offered me a job. So.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for bringing this vehicle. It's a good-looking vehicle. It's a popular vehicle. You know, everybody's talking about Jeeps and trucks and all that. This vehicle is it's different, and you like it. It's unique. So, well, Jamie, stay tuned. You don't know what we're going to have next, but I can't wait to see what they bring next. So, y'all have a good day.